Hello, Ophiuchus. Welcome back to your channel, Tarot Echoes, voice of Ophiuchus. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. It is so good to see you all. It is so good to be here with you all. It has been a little bit. It's been a hot second, but here we are, kids. I've got another reading. I've been called to channel another message for you. So that's what we're going to do today. And I do kind of want to, as you can see from the title, I am wanting to talk about Mercury retrograde here. That is really going to be the main theme of this reading here. I've already channeled that, so we're going to talk about it. And first, I want to talk about the astrology here real quick. I am rolling myself a cigarette, so just bear with me because I wanted to roll this cigarette anyway, but I also started channeling, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just start recording, and we'll talk as I roll. Okay, here we go. So keep in mind, guys, we're going to be talking about the astrology here. Yes, now this is technically from the side of the Ophiuchus rising. So when we're talking about the actual placements in one's chart, that is really only going to be applicable to an Ophiuchus rising. However, the energies are going to be applicable to all of Ophiuchus, okay? So whether you're a sun, moon rising, Venus, North Node, Mars, Mercury, any of those placements, it doesn't matter, okay? It could potentially resonate for you, but just keep in mind the specific placements will only resonate are only applicable to Ophiuchus rising, okay? So we're gonna be talking about Mercury retrograde. Mercury is officially retrograde. I am recording this reading on August 26th, and Mercury went officially retrograde yesterday, August 25th. He did start to station retrograde on the 23rd. The planets spend 2 days stationing both retrograde and direct, and then they spend their time in their retrograde motion. So officially, Mercury is now retrograde for us here in the collective. For you, Ophiuchus, this is influencing the energies. This is moving through Leo, the constellation of Leo, okay? So this is influencing the energies of your 10th house and your 9th house. So Mercury is currently in the very last stages of Leo as of today, August 26th. And Mercury is starting his retrograde motion in your 10th house, okay? 10th house is all about career, finances, and focused in that sense. And also the 10th house represents your public appearance, or how the public, or specifically maybe even your community, how they perceive you, okay? For some of you, this is the community of your peers or the community of your colleagues. I am getting strong business, career, and financial readjustments for you, Ophiuchus, okay? But I'm also getting a level of identity, okay? Changing your identity, adjusting your identity, getting closer in contact with your identity. That is ultimately, and this is a very personal process that I'm picking up on for you here, okay? This really does not have anything to do with anyone else, nor the opinions of other people. However, the 10 of Pentacles, but the 10th house, which is, I often equate the 10 of Pentacles with the 10th house. The 10th house does actually have to do with other people's opinions of you, mainly your public perception, how people perceive of you, right? And subsequently the opinions that they make of you from there, right? But this time it's a little bit different. While that is involved, I feel like because this retrograde motion of Mercury is happening in Leo, Leo is a very self-oriented, very self-centered, I guess you could say a very self-centered energy. An unbalanced Leo, a toxic Leo could be extremely self-centered, right? But collectively speaking, not just for you, Ophiuchus, but collectively speaking, we have been dealing with Venus retrograde, okay, in Leo, which has been really changing or helping us to readjust, realign our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others interpersonally, whether that be platonic, familial, or romance, and also our relationship to money and career, right? Because Venus does have dominion over money, finances, possessions, your relationship to all of these things, right? And so what's happening with Mercury retrograde right now, I feel like has been heavily influenced by whatever it is you've been experiencing with Venus retrograde, in how your relationship to things, to life in general, and or to people has been influenced in readjusting or being readjusted or coming into a greater, a different or better alignment with that. And now that Mercury is going retrograde, you have an opportunity to really rewrite that programming, right? I always like to say that a Mercury retrograde, above all retrogrades, even though any retrograde is a time period, I feel that you can change certain circumstances or dynamics in your life. But when it comes to Mercury retrograde, that's really when some subconscious reprogramming or ideas or belief systems can really be rewritten, okay? Overhauled, I even want to say. Now I'm getting a very specific energy, Ophiuchus, that in terms of how your public perception may be changing, or how you're willing to drive this change of the way people see you, or maybe your career focus, or how you show up in the community or in the world in general. It's not about other people's opinions anymore. It's more about what truly resonates for you, what you really feel guided to, how you're really feeling guided to accept yourself in maybe some new and different ways. And there may be some real narcissistic individuals around you who are not taking kindly to this. We're not 555 on the counter. Ooh, we're not even going to talk about that, because that is their problem, not yours. And quite frankly, there's a definition of a narcissistic reality that is actually meant to be truly helpful to those who are really trying to awaken, because interacting with narcissists and the abuse that they provide really kind of pushes you into like a dark night of the soul, where you start to transform and you start to you go through the process of becoming a greater version of yourself than you were before, right? So technically the narcissists are helping us here. Okay, we don't have to talk. If you don't want to admit that, you don't have to. We can talk about that in a different time. But this is what I'm getting for you right now, Ophiuchus. Looking at your chart here, again, Mercury is retrograding from your 10th house to your 9th house, okay? And that's currently, as of August 26th here, that is where the sun is. The sun is also in your 9th house. Now, the 9th house is traditionally ruled by Sagittarius. If you are an Ophiuchus rising, you have Leo in the 9th house. Both Leo and Sagittarius are fire signs, okay? The 9th house is a house of fire. And so having Leo here is really helpful, okay? But if you're not an Ophiuchus rising, it doesn't matter. But this is still how this is overall affecting the energy of Ophiuchus. And like I said earlier, Leo is all about the self, self-care, self-worth, honoring the self, self-pride, pride in one's family, pride in one's possessions, pride in one's reality, pride in just one's life in general, the physical appearance. You know, Libra is more about that aesthetic energy, but Leo is definitely the type of energy that's really gonna take care of themselves, want to look beautiful, want to have, has a fantastic sense of style. If I do say so myself, I'm a big Leo energy. Could you tell? But anyway, so with the sun in the 9th house here in Leo for us, and then this Mercury retrograding through Leo back from your 10th house into your 9th house, some of the ways that you may be perceiving of yourself are changing. I'm also actually getting that you are starting to see how people's perception of you could have been helping or hindering you, and making certain changes to that, okay? Philosophy. The 9th house is all about philosophy, expansion, higher learning, higher awareness, travel, and I mean like long distance travel, traveling to new countries, traveling to and experiencing new cultures, learning new languages. Sagittarius, the 9th house is also rules like higher education, like college and university, and higher study, higher forms of study and all that. Spirituality, the 9th house is definitely a house of spirituality. It's a house of spiritual expansion, again, ruled by Sagittarius. Now, as of today, August 26th, we do have the moon moving through Sagittarius. The moon is going to be in Sagittarius until about noon on Monday, the 28th, okay? Regardless as to when you're watching this reading, this can or cannot apply to you. Don't worry so much about the timing, but if this does resonate for you, for some of you guys, this weekend of Saturday the 26th, Sunday the 27th, even into Monday the 28th of August could be a really eye-opening moment. There could be an opportunity for you to get a deeper understanding of yourself and how it is you are changing and how you want to express yourself, how you want to reprogram the energies of how you show up in the world, okay? And for some of you, I'm getting a very strong Aquarian energy here. Maybe you have an Aquarian placement. Here's the Aquarius energy, because because of what I'm feeling this Aquarius energy of like being wild and free and crazy and freaky and just out there and not giving a fuck about what other people have to say about it. Maybe even influencing others to get into their wild and crazy side. Maybe getting into some sort of like a revolutionary mindset of allowing yourself to really go for those wild and crazy dreams that everybody says you can't achieve, right? This could very well be in terms of your career, because we do have this 10th house energy going on for you. This could be a massive pivot in terms of your career. But here's where the Aquarian energy is coming in, because the sun is up in the 9th house in Leo and Saturn is down in Aquarius. And the sun right now, as of today, August 26th, and for the next few days, you know, as the sun moves through Leo, but there is an opposition between the sun and Saturn right now, and Saturn is retrograde. And I've been saying for the collective that Saturn being retrograde this time, with all of this energy that's been in Leo, with Saturn being in Aquarius, Leo being the opposite, we had the sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, all of these different energies in Leo that were opposing Saturn, who has been retrograde, regularly scheduled retrograde, but retrograde nonetheless. And so I've been picking up on energies for the collective of really breaking free from societal patterns, societal structures, overly restrictive, super like the toxic elements of Saturn. You know, Saturn is a beneficial energy. Saturn represents discipline, amongst other things. And yes, that discipline can be a pain in the ass to, you know, adhere to, but if it's really balanced, it's beneficial, it's helpful, it helps you reach your goals. But as always, and as everything, there is a toxic side to this. Sometimes it can go too far. Sometimes things can be way too restrictive, right? And so the sun being in Leo, influencing a sense of self-pride for you, while Venus has been retrograde in Leo, helping you to redefine your relationships with people, places, and things, and life in general, okay? Opposing Saturn, who is retrograde. This is breaking you free. It's literally breaking you free. Now, Saturn is associated with Aquarius, even though officially at this moment in time, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Back in the day, Saturn used to be the official ruler of Aquarius, but now Saturn is just ruler of Capricorn. But you see, Saturn has two sides to him because of this. He's got that really restrictive, down-to-earth, disciplinarian type energy of Capricorn, right? But then on the flip side of his coin, he's got the revolutionary, benevolent, freedom-seeking Aquarian energy, right? So with Saturn being in Aquarius, one of his home signs, representing that freedom fighter type of energy that Saturn can represent, while Saturn is retrograde, giving you an opportunity to break these patterns of negative toxicity when it comes to Saturn's domain or dominion. Also, with Mercury moving retrograde through Leo, helping you to rewrite this programming. I mean, this is all, it's making sense, I just heard, isn't it? I like that, you guys. I have to pause for a second. Give me just a moment. Okay, Ophiuchus. I hope that made sense. You guys might want to watch that back again, because I just spent like 12 minutes rattling shit off and just going, and I was talking really fast. So you might want to watch that again if there's anything that you feel like you may have missed. I was going so fast because the energies were just coming. I have to keep up so I don't lose anything, okay? Luckily, I'm a big old fire sign myself, so I can keep up, bitch. Okay, let's do this. Let's get into some messages here for you. In terms of this Mercury retrograde period. Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde until September 17th. And actually, that is the first day that is the day that the sun enters into the constellation of Virgo, yes? And then Venus ends her retrograde around I think September 3rd is what I looked. I think it's around September 3rd. I looked earlier this morning, but I've forgotten now. I think it's between the 3rd or the 5th, something like that, okay? September 3rd may actually be the day that she starts to station direct, and then she's direct by the 5th, maybe. I think it's around there somewhere. I might be wrong about that. Hold on, before I make a fool of myself yet again, let's look and let's be precise, shall we? Oh yes, yep, I was right. She starts to station direct on the 3rd, and by the 5th, she is fully direct, okay? Excellent. So let's go back to today, the 26th. Okay, let's get into some messages here for you. Mercury retrograde from my Ophiuchus Sun. Now, if you're new here, please know that this channel is meant for anybody that has a placement of Ophiuchus within the 5 major placements, including the rising sign, okay? So that would be Sun, Moon, Rising, but then that would also be Mars, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Mercury, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus. Yes, those are the 5 major planets. The 5 personal planets, excuse me. If you do have outer planets like Saturn, Uranus, oh, also North Node are our main focus here. But if you have those outer planets, you could still resonate with this a little bit. Like I personally have, I believe it's Saturn and Uranus in Ophiuchus. But right now, currently, my progressed moon is moving through Ophiuchus, is going to move into Sagittarius in sometime in September. But if you have any of those placements, those main 5 major placements, plus the rising sign and the North Node, these messages are intended for you, okay? Excellent. We're going to start with the Moonology deck. I want to get a look at these cycles. What's going on here for Ophiuchus? What's going on here for Ophiuchus, Spirit? 2 more shuffles then. Okay. Ophiuchus. That's 1. Brothers and sisters! Brothers and sisters! Okay, here we go. I'm so silly. Okay, what's going on for Ophiuchus in this Mercury retrograde? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, we do have Luck is on your side in reverse. Now, a bunch of the cards are reversed in this deck. I don't normally like to leave my cards reversed, and I was actually preparing to do your reading and I was trying to turn them all upright, but then I heard myself say, just let them stay in reverse. So, okay, we're gonna read it this way. Luck is on your side in reverse. If you look at that, this is a new moon. Yes, this is a new moon in Sagittarius, okay? Sagittarius energy is a main focus for you at this time, Ophiuchus, because Mercury is moving retrograde through the 9th house, and the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius. Now, expansion, luck is on your side, higher awareness, deeper philosophy, a deeper awareness of yourself is what I feel like could really be coming through over this time period, which is influencing you to change the way you approach the world, change the way that you show up, change the way that you change your public perception of yourself, and that really comes by you taking the bull by the horns and being a more closely authentic form of yourself than you ever were in the past. I'm feeling such strong Aquarian energy with this, but it's the revolutionary side of Aquarius because well, the revolutionary aspect of Aquarius, because Aquarius is that energy that wants to revolutionize, expand, grow, and change and improve things, not just for the greater good of like a few people, but the greater good of all, okay? Everybody gets an equal opportunity when it comes to Aquarius. And of course, we do have this opposition between the Sun and Saturn, the Sun being in Leo and Saturn being in Aquarius right now, okay? But even just talking through this energy here, I'm feeling a revolutionary energy from Aquarius, and that is helping you to change your perception, because you may have felt like luck was not on your side with this reversal here, but that shit's about to change is what I'm hearing, right? So we're gonna turn this, I'll just turn the card up, right? Yeah, see? Under that is a new start is coming. Under that is it's time to take action. And with that though, well, no, just leave it here. It's fine. With that though, it's time to take action. One of your next cards, one of the first cards that came out actually for this energy for you is be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Aquarius is a fixed sign. Leo is a fixed sign. Sagittarius is a mutable sign. Okay, so we don't have any real cardinal energies involved with this. No, that's okay though, because the cardinal energy, the energy of a cardinal sign, which would be Aries, Aries, Cancer, is it Libra, and Capricorn. These are the cardinal signs, right? And so they are the signs that really want to take action. They're the signs that really want to move forward. They're the ones to take the first steps, okay? So be bold and make the first move is coming out for you here. You have void of course moon, nothing will come of this situation. So you're really being influenced to get up I'm hearing and start to fight back. And maybe not fight back physically, but like fight back for yourself. Fight for your integrity, fight for your dignity, fight for your right to choose is what I'm hearing, because what you may be coming out of, Ophiuchus, is a lot of energies of people around you trying to stop you or trying to choose for you. As I'm picking up on, especially if this is in your career, maybe the type of career that you were, or the business aspects, or just the work and money aspects that you have been focusing on or following through with, came from some individuals, some institutions, whatnot, wherever, that don't necessarily resonate with for you. Okay, so if you've been really struggling in this era, okay, but in this area of like money, finances, and career, I feel like some of you are transitioning out of that and are expanding your minds, expanding your awareness and understandings, and maybe even feelings about yourself, changing the way that you feel about yourself in order for you to get into alignment with a career path, a job opportunity, or whatnot, whatever, a financial reality that is more in alignment with who you are. Again, I keep getting Aquarian energy here, but it's that revolutionary energy of Aquarius, yes? Then you have full moon in Virgo, you are enough. You are good enough, excuse me. And then new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead, okay? Earth energy. Yes, this makes sense, Ophiuchus, that you have this earth energy here. Because the main, I mean, yes, it's happening, the retrograde is happening. You know, technically it's starting in the 10th house and then moving into the 9th and ending in the 9th house. But I still feel there's a very physical oriented, there it is. There's a very physically oriented energy, or at least a physically focused energy, physically oriented focus for you in this time period of Mercury retrograde, because it does start in the 10th house, which is an earth house ruled by Capricorn, okay? So we're talking very physical changes in your life. Now these changes obviously start in the mind, which was what Mercury represents, the intellect, learning new things. Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. We do have Virgo energy here, all right? So there's another earth connection. But this is just it starts in the mind. You know, the concept starts in the mind, the belief starts in the mind, and then from there, it manifests into the physical reality. So if you want to change what's manifesting in your physical reality, you got to change what's going on up in here, right? Okay, you got to change your energetic alignment as well, okay? That fiery energy of Sagittarius, ruler of the 9th house, it can give you, also Leo, right? Because Leo is in the 9th house for Ophiuchus rising. So that fiery energy is going to give you the chance, the opportunity, the willpower, the drive, to change, to transmute, right? Fire transmutes. So change your inner reality so that you can see a change in your physical reality. I like this, Ophiuchus, all right? Now, there is definitely an energy here of you are good enough. And what I feel like for this, Ophiuchus, this is saying that you are good enough as the true being, as the true independent soul that you are, is what I just heard. So this Mercury retrograde could really help you get rekindle this, or get into alignment, remember the truth of who you are and how good you actually are naturally as your God-given, God-made self, right? You're with your God-given abilities. And this could very well be why this luck is on your side, and luck is on your side energy has been kind of blocked from you. Because maybe you weren't being as authentic as was necessary for this luck, this true benevolence. I'm getting Jupiterian energy as well. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Aries right now. But this benevolence, this expansion, this luck, this wealth hasn't necessarily been able to come to you because you were choosing to be less than authentic than you actually really truly were. For some of you, it was a conscious choice. For others of you, it wasn't a conscious choice because you just weren't aware of the truth of who you really truly are. You could be settling into that at this point, okay? Ooh, I like this, Ophiuchus. All right, so let's get some cards here. I'm going to give this 5 shuffles. That's 1. This is 2. For my Ophiuchans, this is 3. This card wants to be seen. Judgment. We're not going to take it. I still need to shuffle a little bit more, but this card wanted to be seen. Wake up call. is what I'm getting with Judgment here for you. It's time to go, or it's time to make this decision already. Okay, you've procrastinated enough is what I've heard. 7 of Cups to the Lovers here now. The Lovers is about a choice. The Lovers is all about free will. The Lovers is about, yes, it could be about love, but the Lovers ultimately is about, this is also Gemini energy. The Lovers could also be about your right to free will to choose what it is you want. Do you want to choose vice with this Adam with the burning bush here, or do you want to choose virtue with Eve and the life of, and the tree of life? And virtue doesn't have to be anything in like the religious sense. Virtue is just what serves your highest good on a spiritual level, versus vice, which would be serving, I guess, your highest good on an egoic level. But I can't, your highest good on an egoic level. Okay, well that ultimately would be like the protection of your body and blah, 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 whatnot, whatever, but we don't have to get into that. Okay, but it's the 7 of Cups to the Lovers. It's time to choose. Okay, you've procrastinated enough. That was 3. This is 4 for Ophiuchus. And this is 5. Oop, last shuffle. This is 5. Okay. All right, so look, the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck again. Okay. All right. What I want to look at first is nothing will come of this situation. Void of course, Moon. There is a big course correction, I feel like, happening for you over this time period, Ophiuchus, okay? Big course correction. And I feel like with this, nothing will come of this situation. Either you already know this, you're already aware of this, but yet you've still been spinning your wheels trying to get it to work. But in the back of your head, you're like, come on, I know this isn't going to work. I know this isn't going to work. And yes, you could say that if you are repeating this wrong, but okay, there may have been some people that maybe even some close friends, confidants or whatever, or individuals that have influenced you to follow this path all of this time. They may be saying to you, well, if you keep saying that in your head, of course it's never going to work. That's gaslighting, at least in this situation. Because yes, you can say that. If you don't believe in the situation, right, it's not going to work out. If you don't have that belief in yourself, then if you don't have that belief in the situation, if you don't believe it's going to come, if it's going to work, then obviously it's not going to work. But sometimes, maybe quite often even, we try and do to get something to happen, and no amount of belief that we put into it is going to get it to get off the ground, because it simply just wasn't meant for us to begin with. That's this course correction coming through here. Okay? Nothing will come of this situation. What is this for Ophiuchus? Ooh, okay, Queen of Wands. I'm not sorry. The Lovers to the King of Wands. To the 5 of Cups, to the King of Cups, to the Queen of Wands now, to the 10 of Swords, to the Star. You are absolutely putting something to rest here. You are absolutely making a decision, the Lovers, to go in a direction that it is you know you want to go in, okay? The Lovers to the King of Wands. Underneath that, you do have the 5 of Cups here. Of course, there's going to be some crying over spilled milk. Well, there's going to be something to mourn, at least for a little bit. Why? Because you're closing out old stuff that no longer serves you. But as always, with this 5 of Cups, all is not lost here. You still have the 2 Cups, the 2 of Cups here, which would represent a union between two people, but also a union within yourself, your masculine and feminine energy bonded, and that's what you also have here in the Lovers, right? Next, you have the King of Cups, having the emotional maturity to get through that mourning period, or to stay 10 toes down, I'm hearing, stay grounded in the truth of who you are and what you know it is that you want to do, having the emotional fortitude and wherewithal to get moving and get into alignment. Next, we have the Queen of Wands, to get into alignment with what it is you truly want. And that is ultimately going to bring the end of some really toxic and karmic situations, the 10 of Swords, and put you right into alignment with your dreams, the Star. Here is that Aquarian energy. The Star represents Aquarius, right? Ooh, okay. Nothing will come of this situation. What is this for my Ophiuchans, please, Spirit? The 4 of Pentacles. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. Holding on to dear life, holding on for dear life to something for fear of losing it and not having anything to replace it. Also, FOMO energy, 4 of Pentacles, but okay. So some of you may have been following a certain career path, or may have been aligning yourself with a certain societal standard through FOMO. because of FOMO. I'm picking up for some of you, this is like a financial thing. You didn't want to miss out on all this luxurious stuff. Like you wanted to have this big shot career so you could make a shit ton of money and go out and have those vacations, buy that yacht, buy that Porsche, buy that Bugatti. You see what I'm saying? Like have all that status and that fame and those riches and have all eyes on you, and fear of missing out. But nothing is going to come of this, because recognize and keep in mind, Ophiuchus, those days in human society are quicker and quicker coming to an end, right? Physical reality, how we relate to physical reality. This is absolutely an effect of Venus retrograde, but how we relate to life and physical reality in general is changing collectively. Humans, right? Money is becoming less and less important. Status, fame, possessions are becoming less and less important. And what's becoming more important is spiritual growth, spiritual awareness, human connection, having real true friends, having real true love, having real true connections with people, like authenticity. That's what's coming online here. So this Four of Pentacles energy, in terms of nothing will come of this situation, is perfect, because it's showing that you've been holding on to some things that are quite necessary to be letting go of at this time, okay? Nothing will come of this situation. Yeah, you were holding on to the past, the Six of Cups. But the Six of Cups didn't even fall on the table, it flew off. The past is the past. Let the past be the past. Even if you're feeling like regret at this moment for having held on to such things before, and maybe you're feeling like you wasted time or something like that, that's just your ego talking. Don't worry about it. Everything is in divine alignment. Everything is as it should be at this time, because whatever it is, whatever cycles you're breaking here, you needed to go through those experiences so that you can have the perspective that you've landed on today, or that you're coming to today, or over this time period, okay? So don't beat yourself up about it. The past is just that, the past. Instead of regretting it, and instead of trying to hold on to it, the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Cups can be an extreme form of nostalgia. Instead of trying to regret it, and instead of trying to hold on to it, just let it go, let it be what it is, learn from the situation, take what it is that you can, the nuggets of wisdom that you can with you, and just move on, right? Nothing will come of this situation for Ophiuchus. Anything else? Okay, we do have the Three of Cups here. Celebratory energy, but in terms of talking about the past, this is that hive mind energy. These are those individuals, the institutions, whatnot, whatever, that may have been influencing you to follow a certain pathway that no longer resonates with you strongly anymore. This could be that energy of FOMO as well. This could represent your desire to be a part of the crew, to be a part of the in crowd. You know what I mean? To go out, to be part of the in crowd, right? Or just to have that status, maybe even that money, that fame. You have the Seven of Pentacles here with the Five of Pentacles reversed. I like this. Okay, clarifying this, nothing will come of this situation. You have the Seven of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles reversed. Learning from the past. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is definitely an energy that represents doing something the same way over and over again, but expecting a different result. Einstein's definition of insanity. Some of you may be coming to terms with the fact that whatever it is you were holding on to, or that FOMO energy, was just really a lack of it, was a lack of security, was some deep insecurities. Deep insecurities. I mean, like wanting to keep up with the Joneses here. This type of energy with this Three of Cups that I'm feeling right now. Wanting to keep up with the Joneses absolutely comes from a sense of lack of self-security, or a sense of insecurity. Why? Because you need everyone else's validation. You need to feel like you need to keep up with the Joneses because you need the Joneses' approval. Hail to the motherfucking nah. You know what Aquarius says to you? Fuck them Joneses, man. Who are you? I want to see who you are. I want to know what you represent. Bring me your light. Show me your authenticity. Show me you're weird, you're wild, you're crazy, you're freaky. I like that. I think you should let that live, says Aquarius. Says this Aquarian energy. And with Saturn here retrograde opposing the Sun for you in the 9th house, this is helping you get that foundation to be like, you know what? I am going to be bold. And make the first move, or go in this new direction. Make this first move in this new direction. Yeah, let's look at that. Be bold and make the first move for Aquarius. Not Aquarius, Ophiuchus, for Ophiuchus. Be bold and make the first move in Ophiuchus. Interesting. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here. But she's in reverse. And what I'm hearing with the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. The Queen of Pentacles does officially represent Capricorn, even though that any of the court cards can represent any of the applicable signs within that element. This would be the earth element. But specifically, the Queen of Pentacles, the queens represent the cardinal energy. So in terms of the earth signs, that would be Capricorn. We're also dealing with heavy Capricorn influence, energetic influence, if you will, in terms of talking about this 10th house energy, because the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. What I'm hearing with this Queen of Pentacles energy is being out of alignment with your true self, what it is you truly bring to the table. Be bold and make the first move for Ophiuchus. 3 of Swords. Be bold, make the first move. Damn. Damn, okay. All right. Now we have the King of Cups here. As your overall energy. And then we have one card that flew out and fell on the table, fell on the floor. It is Temperance. So you have the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the 3 of Swords and the King of Pentacles upright. This is a very interesting energy, because what this is saying to me is releasing a servitude energy is what I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles, because that's done nothing but hurt you or left you down, left you depleted, 555 on the counter. And instead standing up in the truth of who you are, the King of Pentacles, being very solid and grounded in your sense of authenticity. I don't want to speak ill of the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is actually a really positive energy. But in this situation, this Queen of Pentacles in reverse feels like being overly of service to others to the detriment of your own self. That's what I'm getting here with this Queen of Pentacles reversed to the 3 of Swords. We are transforming that, right? We have Temperance, Chariot, and we'll say the King of Pentacles with this. The Temperance, Chariot, and King of Pentacles. Be bold and make the first move. First of all, this is not a time to be receptive in terms of this. You've been receptive enough. It really is time to make the first move, okay? So that could also be what the Queen of Pentacles in reverse represents for you, Ophiuchus, because the feminine side of the situation is receptive, naturally. The masculine is active. So, okay, this is another message here. Being receptive at this time or trying to stay demure, not letting yourself be free, not letting yourself be bold, not letting yourself take action is absolutely going to break your heart, is absolutely going to sabotage you, is going to leave you feeling stabbed in the back. But you'll only be betraying yourself at this point. What you really need to be doing is being here in this King of Cups energy, being emotionally mature enough to start moving, okay? Emotionally grounded, not giving a flying fuck what other people have to say about it or what their emotions say about it. Who cares? It's not their life, right? Instead, be bold and make the first move. Take the first steps. The King of Pentacles. The King is that active side, okay? The Chariot is all about getting yourself balanced, equalized, balancing your masculine, your feminine, your light, your dark, your good, your bad, your angel, your demon, if you will, and allowing those balanced energies to drive your chariot forward. Okay, the Chariot is also the man in the Chariot here. The figure in the Chariot is also the Emperor, all right? But he's not here right now. We also have that with Temperance. I'm hearing realigning your body, realigning with your sense of self. Re-alchemizing. Divine timing also, but the divine timing that comes through that, or that comes with that, is just the time period of you getting balanced into this new energies, you taking this new move, being bold and taking these first steps in this new direction. Okay, Ophiuchus? Okay, I want to get because we're 40 minutes in. We've talked about a lot. And I don't really need to clarify these because we've already talked about this. You are good enough and prosperity lies ahead, okay? So I like that. So what I actually want to do, I want to get a closing message for you. Potential outcome here. We're going to do that, get that from another tarot deck. But look at what's at the bottom of this tarot deck, right? I haven't shuffled this one yet, okay? But I've been working with this one for you. We have the King of Cups here, and we've got the King of Cups here. Okay, King of Cups energy is very strong for you right now. This is scorpionic energy, okay? Transformation, that's what Scorpio is all about. But this is really about emotional maturity. emotional fortitude. I'm hearing standing your ground. Because there may be an emotional storm because underneath this King of Cups is the Five of Cups here, right? So there may be some sort of emotional release that happens because of this change in direction for you, but that's okay. The King of Cups can ride those waves. Honey, he's an expert surfer, okay? Homeboy can surf with the best of them, all right? Homeboy knows these waves like the back of his motherfucking hand, okay? Ain't nothing gonna trip him up when it comes to emotions. He's good, he's solid. So in terms of this, number one, really work on not allowing your emotions to overwhelm you, but also really work on not allowing the emotions of others who are maybe, we'll say, negatively or not so positively, or even though it may, as it seems, see, look, Five of Swords. Don't let this sabotage you. Keep your emotional fortitude as you go through this transition. Okay, Ophiuchus? Let me give this 2 more shuffles for you here, and we're gonna get your closing message and potential outcome for this Mercury retrograde. Final shuffle here. Look, there's that Three of Swords to the Five of Pentacles to Temperance. Okay, see what's really balancing out right now for you here, Ophiuchus, is feeling left out in the cold, feeling inadequate, dealing with some insecurities that have just left you heartbroken, used, abused, or feeling left out. That's okay. If they want to leave, hey, look, if the Joneses want to leave you out, that's fine. Because let me tell you something right now. Them Joneses are some boring motherfuckers, okay? They don't know how to have a good time, but we do. I know that's right. Let's get this closing message for Ophiuchus, closing message potential outcome for this Mercury retrograde. That's enough. All right, you do have the Page of Wands. I like that. This is a change in who you are, a change in your focus, a change in direction, a new creative direction. I see the Page of Wands could represent what is considered to be a midlife crisis, but it's just a matter of changing how you show up in the world, and that's exactly what we were talking about here. I'm also hearing changing the public's perception of yourself, but that comes by you changing the way that you show up. Page of Wands, underneath that is the World to the to the Knight of Wands. This is nice, Ophiuchus, because the Page of Wands to the World to the Knight of Wands. You are closing out a cycle of immaturity, I want to call it, or keeping yourself demure, or keeping yourself small, or getting out of energies or positions in which you couldn't really grow. For some of you, this is even getting out of situations in which you were always seen as the child, or some sort of immature or lacking energy, lacking in experience, lacking in finances, lacking in prosperity, whatever. Okay, and you're growing up. Not only are you growing up, you're glowing up, and you're getting activated, and you're moving forward towards what is truly passionate for you, what truly has meaning to you, Knight of Wands, okay? I really like that. You have the Six of Cups, the Magician, and Strength. You also have the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups. Look at this. What I want to say to this is death to Smoochie. Now, I've never seen that movie, but that comes through all the time. I don't know if it's an appropriate reference or not. You guys let me know. But this Three Cups here, this is what's being spilled out. And then you've got this Three of Cups right here. And this is saying to me that there are some people that are going to be sad about this. But you, quite frankly, Ophiuchus, are having the authority and the sense of willpower and strength to move on from the past. Now, the Six of Cups, this is not intended to be a love reading. And it really, I mean, other than self-love, okay. But for some of you, this actually does represent a soulmate. This Six of Cups energy can represent soulmate energies, a divine partner or a union with a, I'm getting some sort of calling in a soulmate energy here with this. That's just a little thing, a little minuscule thing. Oh, okay, so for some of you that have been really trying to manifest love in your life and you've been unsuccessful, 10th house, Capricorn energy, the devil, I feel like you may have been trying to do that in conventional ways. And answer something for me, babe. Did that ever work for you? I just heard, no, it hasn't yet. I mean, it still could work. I've got all these people in my ears saying, well, the more you say it's not going to work, of course it's not going to work. But no. See, there's something in me that's saying this is not right. This is not going to work. This is not going to work for me, Aquarius energy. This is not going to work for me. What do I need to do? Well, what you need to do to bring this soulmate in is have the strength to be authentic. And that's what's going to manifest it for you. Being your authentic and true self. Because you, as your authentic and true self, Ophiuchus, are in fact good enough. You don't have to be anyone other than who you naturally are. Don't let all these motherfuckers out here, this societal bullshit, tell you who to be. You be the God-made person that you are. You be the individual that God Source Creator made you to be. Made you to be. That's where your prosperity lies. Not in what other people tell you to be. Who people tell you to be. Okay? I love this for you, Ophiuchus. Happy Mercury retrograde. Yes, Mercury retrogrades can be challenging, but what and something, many of you follow me over on Divine Conversations, so you've been watching Morning Coffee with us, and I have been talking about this lately, but oh shoot, where was I going with that? Oh man, I totally lost my train of thought. Prosperity? Fuck! I'm sorry, Ophiuchus, I totally lost my train of thought there. What were we talking about? What were we saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Damn it! Okay, well that's gone. If I remember, maybe I'll remember. I doubt I'll remember. Anyway, there you have it, Ophiuchus. I'm just gonna leave it there. We've got enough information. You've got enough to let sink in. I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to get a personal reading with me, I am available for that. Check the information in the description box below, skis. Shoot me an email and I'd be more than happy to get you all hooked up. Join us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Divine Conversations. Follow me on Instagram, Instagram.com or at Divine_Conversations. Check us out on Divine Conversations, my first channel here, if you haven't done so already. I also have a love channel, Mystic Unicorn, that I just recorded a reading for. That's in the process of uploading right now. I'll try to remember to put that in the description box. And also we have a Discord server. If you guys are interested, you are more than welcome to join us over there on Discord. And if there is enough demand, or if you guys just want it, I can create a whole Ophiuchus thread for us, okay? All right, guys, I love you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. Mercury retrograde. Wait, I was talking about Mercury retrograde. Oh! There it is. So I've been channeling for a while that Mercury retrograde is actually going to be quite a bit of an eye-opener for some people, okay? And it's those people that have not been really vibing with or flowing with this new change in a sense of self. It's those people that want to come up against us and clash with us and try and keep the status quo. We ain't keeping no status quos around here no more, okay? Aquarius is all about breaking free from the status quo, right? Again, there's this strong energy of Aquarius because the sun is in opposition with Saturn, who is in Aquarius right now. And this is happening in your 9th house where Ophiuchus where Mercury is retrograding back into. So let your authentic self be free is basically what we're going on with here. Now, Mercury retrograde could be a really great time to iron these situations out, to have these conversations with people that you need to have to set the record straight, to let your alignment shine, your new alignment shine. And yes, Mercury retrograde can be a time where miscommunications can happen and now all of a sudden people are pissed at each other for no real fucking reason. But it also could be a time where you have the opportunity to set the record straight. Okay, that was the train of thought that I forgot. Okay, I love you, Ophiuchus. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading very, very soon. Yes? Excellent. Bye.